Good evening once more. This evening we shall talk about the Venn diagram and the sets. When we say Venn diagram, we simply mean diagrams, figures that are used to show the relationship between sets under consideration. Under such consideration, we make use of enclosed figures, which can be either a triangle, a star, a rectangle, a circle, or whatever. But something must be taken into consideration over here. The figure should be enclosed. Check under the set A, which is having a triangle as its figure. Have you seen that we have used points in between the various members? 3, 4, and 5. We do use such so as to not to make it ambiguous. If not, between the 4 and the 5, if there's no point over there, one may consider it to be 45, which is not. Usually, a circle is used to represent subsets of the universal set, whilst a rectangle is usually used to represent the universal sets, such is shown below. Universal sets are usually represented by rectangle. Subsets of the universal set are represented by circle. Subsets. When we say the subset of a given set, we mean a set that is contained in that set under consideration. Example, look at set A. It's made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Set B is made up of 1, 3, 4. You can see that all the elements of set B is contained in set A. For easy remembrance, look at the spelling for contain. It starts with C. So look at the symbol for subsets. It's like a C. So it can be shown symbolically as B is contained in A, or B is a subset of set A, which implies A is a superset of B. So B is contained in A, or B is a subset of A. That is the symbol. Look at it. Contained. B is contained in A, hence B is a subset of A. Don't forget how to represent the symbol. C, if you can always remember the contained, then you see that it's like a C. B is contained in A. B is a subset of A. Diagrammatically, subsets between two sets can be shown as such. B is contained in A. All the elements of B are found in set A, as shown below. We are considering the number of subsets of a given set. Every set has members in it. So we want to know the possible subset that can be derived from any given set. There is a formula for calculating such, and it's given by the formula 2 to the power n, where n represents the cardinality of the set under consideration. When you say the cardinality, the number of elements in that set under consideration. So the power of a set is given by 2 to the power n. Calculating the number of subsets in a set, there are certain things that must be known. 1. The null set, which is the empty set as shown by the symbol, like a 0 with a cross over it, is a subset of all sets. It's a subset of all sets. And 2, every set is a subset of its own self. Every set is a subset of its own self. So looking over here as an example, how many subsets are there in set B? If set B is equal to 1, 2, and 3. If set B is equal to 1, 2, and 3. So we are come to work this by formula and by working. By formula, We know the number of subsets of a given set is given by 2 to the power n, where n is the cardinality. Cardinality means the number of elements in that set. So set B, when we count its members, you have 1, 2, 3. So the total members in set B are 3. So n equals 3. So substituting n equals 3 into the equation, 2 to the power 3 will give us 8, meaning set B will have 8 possible subsets. So let's check by calculation. Let's check by calculation or working. 1, as it was said by rule, the subset is the null set or empty set, the set of all sets. That's the what start. Then we pick each element in the set and make it a unit set. So we have 1 as a set on its own, 2 as a set on its own, 3 as a set on its own. We come to pairing. We pick each element and pair them together. So 1 against 2, 1 against 3, then 2 against 3. Then the set itself as a subset of its own self. That's 1, 2, and 3. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Meaning the set B that has 3 elements, 1, 2, 3, has 8 possible subsets. Operations on sets. There are only 3 possible operations that can be performed on sets, as there are 4 possible operations that can be performed when dealing with arithmetic. That is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Same applies over here. There are only 3 operations that can be performed. They are intersection, as represented by the symbol like an N. Union, as being represented by the symbol U. And complement, as being represented by the symbol like an apostrophe, as shown over there. So when you say the intersection of a set, it refers to the element that belongs to the set under consideration. Elements that belong to the 2 sets under consideration. So elements that are found in A and B, if both sets A and B are considered. So A intersection B is shown by the symbol A like an N and a B. So example, if we have set A to be equal to 1, 3, 4, 5, and 9, set B being equal to 1, 3, 7, 10, and 11, then A intersection B is equal to the set that's made up of the element 1 and 3, because 1 and 3 is found in both set A and set B. Diagrammatically, any set that has intersection, it implies that set is joint, meaning they have a common ground, and that common ground is what is known as its intersection. So that is what has been shown in the diagram below. So we have those elements that belong to only A and those elements that belong to only B. See how it is made. If we want element in only A, you see that we put the complement on B when using the operation intersection. When we want element in only A, look at how it was represented. Look at the representation on the diagram. A only, A only, B only, B only. See that it's shown as A prime intersection B, meaning we don't need A. That is why we have placed the prime on it, the complement on it. So B, we don't need A. That's why we have placed the prime on it, meaning we need only what? B. That's why B has no prime on it. Both A and B is shown by the shaded region. So from the set that was given, set A and set B, look at the element. The intersection between them was 1 and 3. Elements that are found in only A. From the set given, A was made up of 1, 3, 4, 5, and 9. And we saw that 1 and 3 were in both A and B. So only A is made up of 4, 5, and 9. See over here. 4, 5, and 9. Only A. Only A. So that one, when representing it, it shall be represented as as A intersection B. Want A only, so we put the complement on B, meaning we don't need B. B is not included. See how that of B only will also be represented. A intersection B. We don't need A, so we put the complement on A. That is the trick. Put a complement on A. Meaning this one stands for B what? Only. For B only. You may ask, why are we using intersection? Because the operation that exists between them is intersection. That is why. There are elements in A and elements in B that are the same. Hence, making use of the intersection. Also, let's check from here. When one of the sets is a subset of the other, then this is how the diagram will be shown. For the one that we just did, one was not a subset of the other. Hence, we had the onlys. But over here, we have two onlys. But over here, we can only get one only. Because A is a subset of B. So in representing it, we can see that all the elements of A, which are 1, 5, 6, 7, are all members of B, which are 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So A is a subset. A is a subset. A is a subset or contain, as I was saying, C, this is the symbol for subset, which is like writing the C, the same for contained. A is contained or is a subset of B. So by checking, you see that 1, 5, 6, 7 are found in both A and B. But there are some elements in B that are not found in A. Hence, those elements will be found outside of A. Meaning they are found in what? In only what? B. Hence, B only. B only. B only. The operation in between them is what? Intersection. Hence, A intersection B, talking about the B only, we need only B, so we put the prime on A, meaning A is not needed. A is not included. Only B. Only B, we have what? The element 8, 9, and 10. Elements that are found in only what? B. They are 8, 9, and 10. Both A and B, intersection. We have what? 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. So both. Only. The only region. The only region. Only B. Under two sets, we can also have two sets that have no intersection. Hence, they are disjoint. Disjoint sets have no intersection between them. Hence, they have no element in common. Example is set D and set F. See their members. 1, 7, 9, 3, 4, 5, and 8. There's no element over here that can be found over here, and there's no element over here that can be found over here. Hence, they are disjoint. So, their union is represented by what? By U, showing the universal set. U, showing the universal set. As I said, the universal set are represented by a rectangle, with this subset represented by what? Usually by what? By circles. Rectangle, circles. Union of two sets is the resultant set that is produced when the elements in A and B are combined together, are put together. Example, we have set A to be equal to 1, 3, 4, 7, b to be equal to 1, 7, 9, 10. By putting all of them together, we have 1, 3, 4, 7, 9, 10. When the elements appear 2 or twice, we write only 1. Example is C over here. 7 is in set A, 7 is in set B, but we wrote only 1. 1 is in set A, 1 is in set B, but we wrote only 1. That is the standard order of representation. Diagram representation of the three possibilities for two sets. Joint, where none is a subset of the other. Where none of them is a subset of the other. Represented by this are shaded. Joint sets where one is a subset of the other, as you can see. And disjoint sets of two sets where none of them have something in common. The next topic, we shall then show